Hello everyone, I'm Skratch. Welcome to the channel. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. Welcome to the Monday kickoff, guys. As usual, we have everyone's favorite game mode starting tomorrow, which is Clan vs Clan. And oh boy, I haven't said that in a while. This CVC, guys, will feature personal rewards. Now, there are a couple of things that I do want to point out in today's video. It was kind of like expected in a way or another. Plarium is back at Raid, basically. So it's kind of like a normal business practice, supply and demand sort of situation where you're kind of like creating a demand, then you're offering the supply, basically, you know. So that's exactly what is happening right now with Raid. If you guys were on my stream the other day when we were opening shards, I called it out that it's gonna happen because yeah, it just makes perfect sense. And guess what? I might get broke tomorrow because we're gonna have 10x on my most wanted champion in the entire game. Now, let me just put it like that. They initially announced the changes that are coming to Polymorph, changes that are coming to Stone Skin set, and while they were doing that as well, they actually announced another thing, right? Like, let me just quickly try to bring in the raid digest here. So, PvP rebalance, Polymorph, and Stone Skin. But the main thing that really caught my eye, the deflection set and the passive part of the Yumeko's A2 will be able to return the ship debuff back the same way they return other debuffs. Yes, even on the 6th level of Polymorph. So think about it in the next way. You have a deflection from Yumeko on your Sifi, you're attempting to put sleep. Guess what? That sleep comes back to you. And that's the exact same way is going to work for Polymorph as well. So basically, Yumeko became one of the most OP champions for Arena in the entire game. Not like she wasn't strong enough before, but now she's even more powerful because there is no other champion in the entire game that can do what she does, okay? So let me just put it like that so people understand why she is so powerful now. So if we're quickly gonna head over to the champion. Yes, 10x on Yumeko. I've been trying to get her since they've added her to the game. Seems like this is a Hegemon part 2 for me by the looks of it. Hopefully it will happen tomorrow. I'm not planning to go all Kraken mode on it. I will probably attempt to get 1 or 2 legendary champions on the last 10x, which was quite a while ago on Yumeko. Seems like I'm not able to find the exact schedule, the exact date when it happened. I know for sure that was this year, so for whatever reason it's not on this schedule here. And if I remember it correctly, was during a CVC. I got 5 different legendaries, no Yumeko. Okay, so I'm already kind of like in the same situation with the Hegemon party, but who knows? So basically, guys, let me just quickly go over the 10x and kind of like explain you what exactly is happening during this CVC. On Tuesday, June 20th, we're planning to launch a 10x event to summon Mishinaki from Ancient and Sacred Shards. Mishinaki is actually a very strong champion. Unfortunately, I didn't have enough shards to get him when we had him on the summon rush. I would have loved to because he's such an amazing champion. And I don't think I'll be attempting to get the champion too. Like, I don't really have many Ancient Sacred, so it's kind of like pointless. But basically, with the A1, attacks one enemy, 50% chance to place HP burn for 2 turns. With the A2, attacks all enemies, 100% chance to land defense down. Also, 100% chance to land decrease attack on enemies under Hex debuffs. With the A3, attacks all enemies 2 times. The first hit removes all buffs from all enemies. The second places a Hex on all enemies for 2 turns on a 3-turn cooldown. It deals good damage. And on top of it, man, like strip buffs, Hex, defense down, decrease attack, HP burn. So many things already in his kit, right? Very, very powerful. And then his passive, Courser of Curses. Whenever an ally attacks an enemy under a Hex debuff, this champion has a 50% chance to team up and join the ally's attack. This effect does not work against the Hydra's exposed necks. I can't speak. And the aura increases ally defense in all battles by 30%. I can't speak because I would love to get a Mishinaki. Like, honestly, definitely an awesome champion. Congrats if you have him already. And if you don't and you're trying to go for him, I wish you luck because he's absolutely amazing. Moving over to the big fish here, my most wanted champion in the entire game, guys. and mainly because she's so powerful for this current meta. And when we are talking about Taras Marichka, because of her passive, she's not gonna be able to get feared by Taras. When she uses the A3, she doesn't attack the target. Taras is not gonna counter-attack and hit Yumeko because we hit Marichka. So it's not gonna be in the same way like with Warlord. So this is another plus. The next thing is that I don't need to build her on immunity. I can build her on perception and just get 800-900 accuracy, 350, 400 speed, and still be fine. So resistance is just not gonna be able to resist Yumeko, right? And if that's the case, we're gonna use the accuracy aura, which will give you 60 extra accuracy, making her even more powerful. Now, on top of that, she does many other things, right? So I already thought that she was the best option for the current meta, like a must-have for the very top high-end arena. And yeah, man, it's just crazy. So she got a bit of a buff. She got a bit of a buff, and they're doing it. I knew that they were gonna put her on the 10x, like announce it, create that demand for it, and then offer the product basically. So people will try to get Yumeko, especially now that they know she is gonna be the only champion in the game able to deflect Polymorph. With the A1 attacks one enemy 2 times, each hit steals 7.5% of the target's turn meter if this champion has 50% HP or more. Each hit heals the champion if it has less than 50% HP. With the A2, attacks one enemy, and this is where the thing comes in play. Has a 100% chance, fully booked on a 3-turn cooldown, to place a Hex debuff for 3 turns, not even 2. Of course, this can be cleansed, so that's fine, but at the very moment, it's pretty hard to fit in a cleanser in your arena team. Except if you have Marichka in your defense team, you know? That's kind of like how it works. Whenever an enemy tries to place debuffs on either this champion or an ally, has a 75% chance of transferring those debuffs to a random enemy under a Hex debuff placed by this champion. This happens before any debuffs are placed on the initial target. Has a 30% chance instead against bosses. So it's not going to be a 100% chance to transfer it. 75%, which is already very strong. And I mentioned before, you don't really have a room to bring a cleanser in your team. Even if you are, Yumeko is going to lock it, you know? So it's really hard to play them around. She's very, very powerful though. Pair her with Karato. You will be able to do a couple of fun things, but they're not very powerful for the current meta. The A3, Warlord Kaimar, hooking up, having a baby, Yumeko comes out. Decreases the cooldown of all ally skills by 3 turns, and increases the cooldown of all enemy skills by 3 turns. And bang. And plus is the broken thing where you can constantly do it with Yumeko, Kaimar, Yumeko, and constantly decrease the cooldowns and just go full broken mode into action, you know? The passive is very nice because you're basically having immunity because of the perfect veil. Not only that, but she's hidden at the very start of the fight. You won't be able to attack her with a single target hits unless you have an AoE, and she's just very, very strong. I think I've said this, very, very strong, like 100 times, but is well deserved. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Are you guys trying to get a Yumeko? Are you gonna try to get a Yumeko? How many of you guys have been trying since they introduced her in the game? And that's been not this Valentine's, it was last year during Valentine's, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, I'm definitely gonna attempt to get her. How I mentioned, I'm not gonna go Kraken mode on it. I wish Plarium would kind of like do this business in a different way. Like, yeah, we know that you want us to open shards for Yumeko. You want us to kind of like drop in more shards, more summons. But yeah, you don't need to buff champions and then offer them on the menu straight away. You know, like was kind of like expected though. I do hope that they're gonna bring different options to the problem, right? Like different solutions to the problem, not just try to kind of like create one solution to the entire problem that we have with Polymorph at the moment. But that being said, that was everything for the video. Much love, appreciate all of you guys watching, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.